Sinong mag-aakala na itong tao na ito ay nakapagtayo ng eskwelahan hindi dito sa Pilipinas kung hindi sa Singapore? At hindi lang yan, binuksan niya itong negosyo na to dahil sa layunin na gusto niyang matulungan ang ordinaryong mga bata na merong special needs para mabuhay sila ng normal. At ngayon, makakasama natin ang isang OFW na ngayon ay may-ari na ng eskwelahan sa Singapore.
Alright, so ngayon panibagong episode na naman ng RDR Talks. Posible kaya na magkaroon ka ng sarili mong eskwelahan, hindi sa Pilipinas, kundi sa Singapore. At siya po ngayon ang may-ari ng KGEM Brilliant Kids, ang ating bossing boss, Meg Ongyo. Welcome, boss.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Sino yung mga bata na pwede mag-enroll sa eskwelahan ninyo? Dito sa Singapore,
Actually, yung school po namin, it's from preschool and then now we expanded last year to have primary school and we actually accept students with condition. We call them with condition, not special students. We advocate inclusive classroom for neurodivergence and neurotypical students to come in one place to learn together and to give their full potential.
So, saan ang eskwelahan mo dito, ma'am?
Mount Baton Center po.
Okay. So, ilan na ngayon ang estudyante ninyo?
We are full house. We are actually 40 students.
40 students na ngayon?
Yes po.
Gaano kahirap magtayo ka ng eskwelahan dito sa Singapore?
It's not easy, sir, because everything is expensive. You need funds. You need to have the right people to help you and support you. We had a lot of challenges.
So, paano nyo napagtagumpayan yun?
Of course, with the hard work, dedication, yung hindi ka matutulog sa gabi because you need to ensure that everything is in proper order.
Bakit sa dinami-rami ng negosyong po pwedeng umpisan, eskwelahan pa ang napili mo dito pa sa Singapore na napakamahal?
It started with a problem because when we started this KGEM, Brilliant Kids, we were looking for school, a safe haven environment for our son, Kimi.
Para sa anak mo lang to sana?
Hindi po, naghahanap po kami ng school. That was the problem. Given our family dynamic, both of us, me and my husband, we were working. So I was working full-time and my husband is working full-time. We are OFW here in Singapore.
Meron bang certain condition yung anak mo?
Ang anak ko po, he has speech delay when he was young. That's why I am very passionate and advocate to have an inclusivity classroom. And then I am proud to say that now he is a very confident and he grew up very intelligent, excels in school. I always tell them na if it happens to me, it can happen to you also. You can intervene your children, the condition of your children, you can bridge the gap as long as you intervene it at the early childhood.
Yun. So, kumbaga, nagsimula ito sa personal na
Yes,
pangangailangan.
Yes,
dahil dalawa kayo nagtatrabaho ng asawa mo, tapos yung anak mo, meron siyang kailangan ma-improve sa sarili niya, which is nga delayed siya sa speech.
Yes po.
From there, nagkaroon ng kaisipan na pagtayo na lang kayo ng school.
When we put up this school, it started with the KGEM Brilliant Kids Center. It's school for after-school care for children.
Parang tutorial
Parang
lang.
tutorial and daycare na rin. But then, we evolved and expanded to be a proper school last year. And now, we have primary 1, primary 2, primary 3 with inclusive classroom because I am promoting and I advocate po na magkaroon ng inclusivity in the classroom that the children with condition and typical students, which is the normal students, will be learning in the same place.
Hindi ba magulo or mahirap? Siyempre, yung iba may special needs sila, yung iba naman wala naman. So, paano nyo na ma-manage yun?
Kasi po, syempre, with given the condition. So, that's why we only have 12 students in a classroom. And we only accept 2 children with condition in a classroom so that we don't strain the teacher. And also, we can give still good learning environment for other students. And you can provide their learning journey perfectly rin.
Pero Teacher Meg, siyempre, gusto ko munang malaman yung storya ng buhay mo.
I came from Manila and then me and my husband came here in 2025. I was working as an HR manager and finance and then my husband is a senior engineer. Isa lang po yung anak namin. His name is Kimi and he's already 15 years old.
Anong taong kayo napunta rito?
2005.
So beginning 2005, nagpunta kayo dito ng mister mo. Dito na kayo nakabuo ng pamilya.
Yes, please.
Ang background mo, sinabi mo sa akin is HR. Paano ka nakapagtayo ng school may HR ka.
At that time po, we don't have help at home. So, ang nagsusupport lang po sa akin, yung mom ko, she will come here in Singapore, but I still have other siblings in the Philippines, so she needs to go back.
Okay.
So, for us, syempre, OFW, right? As what I mentioned, yung city po ng Singapore, it's not cheap, it's expensive. So,
Napakamahal dito.
yes, if you wanted to have a yaya or a helper at home, so you need to rent a bigger place. So, we are looking for a place na kung saan namin ilalagay yung anak namin, right?
Correct.
Because of his speech delay, and we would like a very comfortable place for him.
Yeah.
Yun po, dun po nag-start. We found out na hindi lang po kami yung ganitong situation. Yung family dynamic namin, nagtatrabaho, looking for a place instead of yaya. Marami rin po palang parents na ganon. And I found out na maraming mommies na the same dilemma as what I was experiencing that time. Ang nangyari po is, nagkaroon po kami ng parang support system ng mga mommies, and then we built and set up the school, after-school care for children. Last year po, we started the primary school.
Kung pwede ka palang magtayo ng eskwelahan,
Yes
kahit
po,
hindi
sir.
wala
Pwede
kang
po.
background sa educational system.
As long as you have the suitable teachers, the trained teachers, licensed teachers, and it will be a licensed educational center din po, because you need to get the license from MOE, CPE.
Nung nag-umpisa kayo dito noong 2005, kamusta buhay niyo?
Yung buhay po namin, hindi naman po sobrang hirap, but then we need to work to provide for our family. Ayun po.
Ano yung hindi mo makakalimutang experiences? Trabaho ka na dito na malayo ka para sa pamilya mo.
Of course, yung homesick, syempre you like to be with your family, diba? I am just blessed na kasama ko po yung husband ko. But that time, wala pa po kaming anak. For us, it was just also a blessing na yung family ng husband ko, they were here. They also helped us from the beginning na nandito kami sa Singapore. After that po, then we built our own.
Kasi karaniwan ng mga kababayan natin dito sa ibang bansa, unang-unang pinipili lang talaga nila is magtrabaho.
Yes
Hindi
po.
nila naiisip magnegosyo. Ikaw, naisip mong magnegosyo dahil sa pangangailangan mo. Ngayon, ang tanong ko, posible at pwede ba ito sa mga ordinaryong mga kababayan natin na OFW na naninirahan din na ngayon sa ibang bansa?
Posible po. Wala naman po imposible. Basta ginusto mo, mangyayari at mangyayari po. Yun nga po, sabi ko nga lagi, if you really have the purpose, not the profit. You focus on the purpose, not the profit. And everything will just go along.
Kasi nakakabilib na sa sobrang laki ng lifestyle dito sa Singapore, karoon ka ng lakas ng loob. Magtayo ka ng eskwelahan na Filipino-owned school. Sobrang nakaka-proud yan. Kasi syempre, karanihan, pag nagpupunta dito, alipin, alila, di ba? Kawawa, ang tingin sa atin, katulong, kasambahay. Pero ikaw, bilang HR ngayon na may sarili kang eskwelahan, gaano ka ka-proud na nagtayo ka ng sarili mong eskwelahan dito?
Of course, I am proud, and also I would like to pay forward. Kapag yung estudyante namin is Filipino, syempre po, I give discount and then I help them more. Syempre, kabayan, diba? Kalahin natin. And
Correct.
sino pa bang magtutulungan here in Singapore? Tayo-tayo lang din. Syempre, yung ibang parents na lumalapit sa amin, they have children with condition. I always tell them, you also be succeeded sa pag-intervene dun sa kondisyon ng anak. I'm very proud to say na a lot of them are very happy. It was very, very fulfilling for them kasi when you see the children bridge the gap po, no, nang hindi sila nagsasalita, and then after few months, nagsasalita na po, and the parents, they are happy, they are crying na nangyari yun sa mga anak nila. They are very thankful and grateful. And yun po yung mas fulfilling for me na na-serve mo yung purpose mo.
May foreigner ka na rin bang teacher?
We have Singaporean.
So anong pakiramdam nung ikaw naman ang employer ng lokal na Singaporean? Karamihan, tayo empleyado. Ngayon, ikaw naman ang boss.
Normal lang po. Sorry. I don't feel that ano naman po. Medyo sanay naman po kasi ako, sir, dahil HR manager nga po ako. I manage people. So even Singaporean. But of course, I don't wanna say proud, but I'm grateful and blessed na kahit hindi lang Pilipino yung natutulungan mo, even other nationality, you are helping them, diba?
Yeah. Anong payo mo sa mga kababayan natin na nangangarap din na magkaroon ng sarili nilang negosyo sa ibang bansa?
Huwag po kayong matakot. Kasi you need to start even in a small step. Kasi po, pag hindi nyo po trinay, hindi nyo po ma-achieve kung ano yung pangarap nyo, diba? Even sa palagay nyo na mahirap, you try and you need to believe in yourself. Kasi pag wala yun, hindi talaga mangyayari. And number one po, you need to pray hard and pray for the suitable people na ibibigay sa iyo ng Diyos para makasama mo, makatulong sa iyo. You need the support of everyone, lalo na yung family mo, ni God, yung family mo, and everyone na tutulong sa iyo to be successful.
Wow. So ito may tanong ako sa iyo, Teacher Meg. No? Ano yung pinakamahirap na experience mo nung tinatayo mo na tong school?
Ang pinakamahirap po is yung makahanap ka ng mga tao na magkiklik kayo, na tutulong sa'yo, na pure yung intention.
Sasamahan ka nila dun sa mission mo.
Sasamahan ka dun sa mission and purpose mo.
Yes.
Yun po, pag nahanap mo po yun, then it's good, diba? Pero unfortunately, hindi po laging ganun eh.
Ano yung kasunod na struggle?
Ang next struggle is who will stand up for the business. Ayan
Ikaw
po.
yun.
At first, okay naman po, happy naman po,
Yeah.
the business is okay, and
Yeah.
then siguro napagod sila, it turns out na ako po yung nag-continue ng business.
Eh yung mga perang in-invest nila, paano yun?
Binalik ko po.
Binalik mo.
Yes po. Luckily, my husband helped me. In fact, yung husband ko and yung child ko, they don't want to continue it anymore. Because
Maraming umurong na mga tao eh.
yes po, they told me na, especially my son, Mommy, you don't have time for me. Never mind the K-Gem. Never mind it, Mommy. Just sell it. Naalala ko, nasa Korea kami noon. Sabi ko, umiiyak ako. Sabi niya, Mommy, don't cry. Never mind, just sell K-Gem. Then I told my son, no, K-Gem is like you. It's like my other child. So I will not give up. Like what I did to you. I never give up on you.
Pero grabe yun. Kasi tinuring mo siyang parang anak mo, no? Kasi nandun talaga yung puso mo to help yung mga kabataan na walang access sa magandang format ng educational system.
Yes po.
So, paano mo naitawid?
With the help of my family in the Philippines, my husband, yung mga taong nag-stayed with me up to now.
Ilan taon na nag-ooperate ang KGEM?
Since 2019.
So, 6 years na.
Yes.
Ilan na estudyante nyo ngayon?
We are full capacity po. 40 students lang po kasi. Yung aming center is hindi po siya ganun kalaki. But we are looking into expanding nga po next year.
Yeah. Question. Siyempre, 2019, may mga natirang mga kasama doon sa originally na nag-fund
Yes,
ng business.
Yes po.
Profitable na ba ngayon yung eskwelahan?
Yes po. I am proud to say na profitable naman siya.
Bilang HR, kasi parte ng trabaho mo na alamin mo yung mga ugali ng mga iba't ibang uri ng tao. So ano napansin mo sa mga tao, ba't hindi sila umaasenso?
Siguro po yung negativity. Minsan, naisip mo, yung mga kaibigan, mga tao na akala mo nagme-mentor sa'yo, but then, yun pala, kumukuha lang ng idea and they will take away that from you. Nagbigay ka ng trust and everything. And
Betrayal.
Betrayal. Ayun po yun na mararamdaman mo.
Ilang beses ka na-betray?
Isa po. But I think that situation, no, it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Kasi siguro, wala yung K-Gem ngayon dito if it didn't happen.
Correct.
Kasi because of that, nagpursige po ako.
Yeah.
I build it na makilala siya doon sa Filipino community.
Alright, so Teacher Meg, ngayon na okay na yung eskwelahan mo, nagpa-function na siya, balak mo pa bang mag-expand?
Opo, sir. In fact, we are planning to expand next year.
So ang KGEM Academy po ngayon is now ready for expansion, and right now, ang location ninyo is nasa
Mountbatten po.
Mountbatten. Ngayon, saan kayo mag-e-expand sa ana?
We are looking into north, east, and or also south
Of Singapore.
of Singapore.
So sa lahat ng mga interesado na maging partner ng KGEM Academy dito sa Singapore, you may contact Teacher Meg. Saan kanila po pwedeng kontakin, ma'am?
They can just search yung aming website, kgemacademy.com.
Alright, you may also share your personal Facebook account.
Meg Nonestongyo.
I'm so honored and so proud, ma'am, bilang Pinoy na nakilala kita. Dahil may nakilala akong school owner sa abroad. Diba? Bihira yon. Yung itong istorya na to, napakabihira nitong mangyari. Eventually, and in the near future, malay nyo, KGEM will become a university. So maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood. Please don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa ating mga future videos. And also do not forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Spotify. Muli maraming salamat sa inyo mga boss, and God bless sa inyo lahat.